All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heavy Hour Podcast. My name is DJ Gorilla Jones. It is a pretty hot 85 degrees here. It is 10 o'clock in the morning on July 13th, 2023. Notice we actually have a few people here, especially you, Hero Bryce, Medic 2. Welcome. Thank you for the comments on my logo. Thankfully, the internet has a lot of really cool logo generators that you can make. But, right, I think we should probably get down into business for now. Right, so let's begin. Heavy has a lot of really cool cosmetics. As of today, the summer update just released. A lot of some pretty cool, heavy cosmetics were added. An entire set was added, and it's probably one of my favorites sets ever added for heavy. There are many cosmetics that are references. One of them is the Dragonborn helmets. That is a reference to Dovahkiin, a character from the game Skyrim. Of course, our interviewee here, as much as he has a pretty cool cosplay of a Skyrim character, he also has another thing going for him, and that's willpower. He is a heavy that has played the class quite a lot, and he's been playing this class for quite a while. Please welcome with us today, Dovahkiin. How are you doing, Dovahkiin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly?
Hello. You are indeed pronouncing that correctly, and thank you for having me, Gorilla Jones.
Yeah, no worries, Dragonborn. Right, so, all right. So provide just a brief introduction about yourself to our viewers who are unaware.
Hello, my name is Dovahkiin. I am a Skyrim enthusiast, heavy weapons guy main, and I occasionally play a little engineer on the side, but don't tell nobody. Casual dwarf enjoyer, and all around just standard guy.
Alrighty. Okay, so, these are a few main questions that I usually ask for my interviewees. First question is, how many hours do you have on Heavy, and how long have you been playing the class?
So, on my current account, I am nearing the 500 mark at 476 hours spent as Heavy.
Okay. And how long have you been playing the class, if you can recall your earliest time?
That would be back just a little bit before... what was that update called? It's not Tough Break, it's before Tough Break.
Okay.
The Powerhouse update?
Oh.
With all the concealed case, the concealed killer cases and the Powerhouse cases.
Oh my, so you are quite a veteran. Okay.
I've been playing for a little bit, yeah.
Alright. What is your standard heavy weapon loadout?
Box standard loadout, stock minigun, the Locust Bar, and stock fists.
Stock fists?
Yep.
Okay.
Just regular old punchers.
Alright. If you can recall, what is your highest kill streak and average amount of kills per game with or without a medic?
With a medic, I think the highest kill streak I've gotten is like 40, 48, 49.
Oh my.
And then on my own, probably 35.
Oh my. Okay.
Average kills a game, it just depends on whether I get a medic or not. If I get a medic, I'm getting at like 100.
Oh my.
And also if it's a payload map as well, that kind of factors a lot. But usually I'm getting somewhere in the 60s for average kills.
Oh my. Alright. Nice. Okay. So, this is really where we get into the nitty-gritty of the interview, as I like to call it. So,
Trouble.
Take me through an extended story of your journey as a heavy main, why you chose to play heavy, some of your major accomplishments as heavy, any obstacles and setbacks that you faced along the way, and how you got to where you are today.
So, I wasn't originally a heavy main. I started playing as a nasty little spy terrible at the game, mind you, but I started playing as a spy. And then eventually I went, I kind of suck as spy. I'm going to see if I can play something else here. So I just kind of went browsing through all the different classes and played a bunch of them. And Heavy just kind of stuck out to me. He's just big, tanky dude with a really big gun that shreds people that get really close. So, like, it was an obvious pick. And at the time, really liked Skyrim. And the Dragonborn helmet spoke to me personally, so I was like, well, I gotta kind of get this now. Hopped on, went around the block a couple of times, got a nice fancy few cosmetics, killed a bunch of people, yada yada yada, the whole 9 yards with a Heavy. And major accomplishments, being able to have a frostbite Dragonborn helm in my inventory for approximately 10 seconds.
Huh, really? Frostbite.
Yeah, if it was a trading error. I was trying to trade up a couple of Dragonborn helmets to get frostbite. Super rare effect, super hard to get a hold of nowadays.
Oh my.
And I'm like, I thought I had gotten enough, or I guess I didn't, or he had gotten a better deal. Because right as I got the hat, the trader turns around to me and goes, hey, could you send the hat back and I'll send you all your stuff back? There was an issue on my end or something. So I kind of went, oh, fine. So I sent him the stuff back, and that was technically my biggest accomplishment.
Oh my.
Heavy doesn't get many big accomplishments, I'm going to be honest.
I mean, it depends on who you ask. I'd say I have a few accomplishments. First of all, Dragonborn helmet, I know that's a pretty rare hat. You can't really unbox it anymore, as far as I know.
No, you can't. I wish you could, because there are a good few unusual effects now that I would really like to get on this hat.
I'd say same thing for my signature football helmet. You can't really. This helmet I got is a 1 of 25, but I got it while it lasted, and no one's been selling a Storm football helmet since. Okay. Next question. What can be changed about the Heavy class?
What can be changed? I'll
give you a few moments to think about it.
I'd say the only big changes Heavy would really need is a change to his old... the Hulong heater needs a change.
Well, how so?
The ammo it chumps through ammo too fast, and the upsides do not match the downsides. So like they need to rebalance that a little bit. As much as I love the Natasha, it also needs a little bit of a rework. The slow is just a bit too punishing for people, especially if you know what you're doing with it. Then I'd say Buffalo Steak, get rid of that damage vulnerability when you eat it, because that's terrible. And then maybe... I don't know, there's much to do with the fists that I can really say needs a change. I think that's it.
I actually want to turn attention a bit. I'm going to divert just a bit from the questions. I'm noticing someone in chat is actually asking why to chocolate bar and why to fists.
Fists, because there are so many different fists that give upsides and downsides. Originally, I used to use the what they called the eviction notice, because the passive movement speed increase was nice, and back then the gloves marked you for death for a while. So I felt like if I just take this, it'll just a little bit of a speed boost. But then they changed it so health drain. So I was like, well, I don't want to use any of these other things because they all have their upsides and downsides. What if I just use stock? And fists are kind of like it's funny to run up and punch people with nothing but your bare hands. As for the chocolate, 50 plus health goes a long way. 3 direct impact grenades without overheal, you can survive it. You can survive 2 quick shot headshots from snipers. You can survive a good amount of like crits and splash damage crits and stuff. It has saved me in countless occasions. And another thing that rarely gets talked about with a chocolate bar, if you have your health increase, health packs that you pick up while you have a health increase actually give you more health. So a medium health pack would give you, what, like 150?
Medium
Usually?
Well, yeah, usually 150. It's based on ratio, I believe. It's basically health to cap ratio.
Essentially, small health packs give you more, and medium health packs give you more after you've eaten the Locust Bar. It's just a little passive little buff, and it's easy to recharge and easy to eat.
Okay.
It's very underrated.
Okay.
And yeah, I agree with the guy in chat. Brass Beast could also use some love. I've been using the Brass Beast for a while as well. I like the weapon. I just think it just needs a bit more love.
I don't like the weapon. I'll admit I have a few controversial viewpoints about the Brass Beast. I don't like it because it basically removes your mobility, and it removes
your mobility.
It removes mobility.
It makes you a tank.
Yeah, it does make you a tank, but like if you're just like a lone bear, you'll have a bit more survivability with less than 150 health, but the main problem is that your mobility is removed. All right,
True.
Yeah, because I don't mind the longer spin up, but the fact that you're just standing still, essentially as a heavy, makes you more vulnerable to headshots. Even with
that is true.
Yeah, like a fully charged headshot will kill you with the Brass Beast, even if you have like a medic killing you and whatnot. So, excuse me.
Well, that's just how snipers.
Okay. Next question. Heavy mains that have inspired you, if there are any, and heavy main YouTubers or videos that you see are the best source for help as heavy.
I guess the main one that I've seen so far that's actually been like somewhat useful information is How It Feels to Play Heavy.
By Lazy Purple.
Because that really drives home the difficulty it is to play heavy. Like, yeah, he's big, tanky, and his gun does a lot of damage, but you are also the biggest target in the room and will be probably shot first, above every other class. As for heavies that have inspired me, I don't know. In my time playing TF2, I've not really met a inspiring heavy. I've always just like met equals to myself, in a sense, not to sound like fucking egotistical and whatever, but like I've never been I'm inspired by people playing heavy, the commitment to play this class, which is a big commitment. But other than that, no big names come to mind.
Okay. So this question is, we're actually almost done. We did speedrun the interview, but I think that's just all right. This is basically the last question of like the main interview. What are some tidbits of advice that you want to give to those that are struggling or new to heavy, and what are some maps and strategies that you would recommend?
Maps and strategy. Yeah, I'm main a flank heavy playstyle, so I like going alone around flanks and popping up in places that I'm really not supposed to be in. So Brass Beast is a great weapon for that, because you can just flank around and not get seen and then appear in a backline and they're all dead. For newer heavies, try to avoid relying on your medic so much, because you'll eventually get so comfortable with your medic that you'll sometimes forget that there's other dangers, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the heavy medic combo, it's cool, but it can be a crutch at times for newer heavies, thinking that they can become invincible with a medic. That's not how that works, and charging head first with a medic pocketing you isn't going to help, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand.
Other than that, just play around with all the different weapons, see which one you prefer. You can always listen to advice online if you want, but it's really up to you and your playstyle and how you use the weapons that you get.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add before I go to the two closing questions? Take your time.
I'm trying to think of things that would be somewhat useful to say. No, not the top of my head, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, I will say we are almost done. Thank you for participating in the interview. These
No problem.
Yeah, these last two questions are usually just closing questions that I always ask my interviewees, just to at least close out the interview. First closing question: best song genre to listen to while you pub stomp? If
Oh, some rock and roll or metal. Windrose is a good one. Anything by Sabaton, Powerwolf.
Modern. Okay.
Yeah, just anything that hits hard and keeps pumping the adrenaline for a while.
All right, so you enjoy modern metal. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, this $1,000,000 question that's been dividing the entire heavy main community for years on end: Tomislav or the stock minigun?
It's not a case of which weapon's better, it's how the heavy uses the weapon. But if I had to really choose, stock.
Okay. I mean,
Because you cannot go wrong with stock.
You can choose both, or you can actually even say neither. Someone has actually done that.
If I had to say to the whole war thing, I would say both. It's literally just how the heavy uses it. Because there have been so many encounters where I have completely stumped heavies using Tomislav on my own, and then other times heavies with Tomislavs have stumped me on their own. So it's literally just how you use your minigun.
Okay.
And that's the long and short of it.
All right. Okay. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Heavy Hour Podcast. I'm here with Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin, you have the last word.
Last word. Jesus, I didn't think I'd be doing this. What do I say?
Say whatever.
What do I do? What do I say? This new update's pretty cool. Go play that seal map. It's really funny. Go watch the fat fuck crawl towards the ocean. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Thoughts on new update, I guess. All the war paints look really cool other than that weird dragon one. Most of the cosmetics are kind of weird. I like the heavy one. Heavy's got a car. Really fun. And most of the unusuals are kind of poo-poo. Other than that, I don't know. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. Have a great
No problem.
rest of your
Thank
day,
you for
man.
having me. Thank you very much.
All right. See you around.